We are joined by Nehal Shetty, one of the founders of BlockPartyBakery. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling fresh out of the COVID vaccine. We tapped into it. We won't go into too many details about that. So tell us, like, what is Block Party Bakery?
So BlockPartyBakery was a idea that me and one of my friends, Faraz, the other founder, just came up with in lockdown. So it all started with him. He had a lot of time during lockdown, started cooking at home, looking for recipes around the world, and one of them was giant New York style cookies. And kept trying, finally made some really good ones and said, "Oh, I've got way too many here. I'm going to give some out to my friends." I was lucky enough to be one of the first few people to try it. I really loved them. I was like, these are so nice. Normally, I'm not much of a cookie person. I prefer having something like a meal, but literally was over the moon with these. And then one of our mutual friends, Ange, suggested, "Oh, you should sell these. Like, I would really, like, literally buy them. You can't get them anywhere in Nottingham." So he approached me and said, "Look, I'm thinking of starting this up." And I said, "Yeah, sounds good if you need any help, etc." I think he started it from home initially for a bit, but I think as he kept doing orders for friends and would recommend him to more friends, more family, it just all spiraled a bit. And then because I was working in a restaurant during lockdown, which had to close down, uh, we just went to ask the owner, "Look, you're not using your kitchen at the moment. Do you mind? Obviously, we can pay you a fee if you'd like." And he was very nice about it. He's like, "Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure we can come to an agreement." So yeah, we started using the professional kitchen. It was definitely a interesting journey getting to where we are now. I think one of the best stories we have is just learning how to turn the professional mixer on. That took us a good half an hour. Uh, yeah, probably more time, but I don't really want to say that. But yeah, it's been challenging but really fun along the way.
So it's literally something that started from someone's kitchen, this idea.
Literally.
And you know, when I was thinking more about this is the bravery and the brilliance in this is all tied in with the year that we had. You know, everyone experienced it. Hospitality experienced it the most. Hospitality were hit hardest, really, and that's the background that we both shared. We, the two of us, know each other from having started day one at a lovely bar called Revolution. We will leave it at a lovely bar called Revolution, and and yeah, I mean, we both know the effects that the hospitality industry faced during 2020. But I just think it's awesome that not only did this just start from the kitchen, that you guys plunged deeper into it during the chaos. Really, there was a lot of chaos ensuing around you, but you found a place in which your business ideas could blossom. I find that awesome.
No, definitely. I mean, I think a lot of things worked out the right way for us, luckily. But I think it stemmed from that place of what we could do during lockdown. One, to keep busy, and two, what we could essentially give back. So I think a big um, like kind of thought process from both of us was, we are missing going to our favorite hospitality venues, whether that's a bar to meet up with friends or restaurants to enjoy the good food that we normally have in the company you'd share. I think everyone was, because you couldn't see anyone. You could have all the Zoom calls you could fit in a week, but it doesn't replace having the actual person there, I think. So I think, especially from his side, he really wanted to be able to recreate that feeling, gifting a lovely box of treats to someone you really miss, whether that's family, friends, or whoever. And then for me, I think I just really wanted that community feeling again. So I think when we first started, I said, "Oh, I really want to start up a kind of Sunday fun day every week where we go to local businesses, some of which are still open during the lockdown and probably getting slammed with orders, and just give them a box of treats." It doesn't have to be necessarily like, "Oh, you have to share us," or "You have to give us this back." It's just, "Look, everyone's having a hard time right now. Here's a nice little surprise to brighten up your weekend or day. Just have fun with it," which I think, is part of giving something back to the community that's, given so much to us.
And that's, I imagine, where the name Block Party Bakery came from.
Yeah, so I think we toyed with the name for a while because I think it's hard to get a perfect name, so to speak, anyway. And I think when you involve more than one person with the creative process, it can be hard to come to compromise. But then I think because the original concept was the giant New York style cookies, um, block parties, are common anyway. I think they're more common in America, but it's that part of the entire community, your neighborhood, all coming together, each person bringing something unique to the table, and just all of you having that really sense of belonging and just having fun together, which is what we wanted to try to recreate. Whether that's you use this to, as I said, gift a box of treats, or just a happy birthday message on something simple, something a nice little handwritten note, or just even events, which we really want to do, which we kind of bring places together and people together.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. And I think even just on your Instagram, you can feel that community feel. I mean, like the branding of it and the fact that there's like competitions to get people involved. It's more than just cookies. There's an experience that surrounds it. And I think that is encompassed in the way that you guys are approaching this. And
No, definitely. I think that's what we tried to do anyway, because I think being a local small business, you don't want to lose that personal touch. So for us, even from the first person who ordered from us to our regulars to anyone, we really do strive to maintain that. Yeah, these are all made by us. We thought the recipes, we've made it ourselves, we've delivered them to you straight to your door, and we want to maintain that relationship. And it's really helped. Like part of our, how we've got to where we are now has been really helped by people spreading the word. And if you give people a good experience, I find that they're more likely to talk about you.
Mm.
And just something to remember them by. I think a big part of I'm sure you'll agree that during our hospitality career is creating those magic moments that everyone can remember, and we strive for that. We love that. Do you mean it's that part, that feeling of I've just done something that I've probably done 100 times this past week, probably, but it's going to stay with that person, that customer, for a while, and yeah, it's magical in a kind of way, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think I definitely agree with the fact that there's more than just the food that you guys are providing when you can provide an experience to someone when it's encapsulates Block Party Bakery. I mean, back in the days of us working behind a bar, it was like get someone involved in this experience, get them behind the bar, let's make cocktails together, or let's tell you a story that makes this just stand out to you, or let's bring two people together. I mean, I remember doing that sometimes well and sometimes terribly, but there's something that just happens in those times where one person has an experience they can share with someone else, and they're brought together through through a hospitality experience, whether it's cookies or cocktails.
No, definitely. I think it's part of the charm of hospitality. Like there can be a lot of negatives with it, long hours, not much pay, this, rude customers, whatever. But I think there is a reason why lots of people stick to it and stay with it as long as we did. But that long, it draws you in with the ability to create those memorable, exciting experiences for customers. And yeah, you just want to stick to it. You really do want to make people stay, and you'll go out of your way to do that because you hope that someone else will do it back to you as well.
And I think it's lovely that your first point of call was helping out the people in hospitality. I mean, that's awesome because they need that experience back. And I think that's beautiful to be able to support them. So I wanted to ask you a question actually, which is one second.
No, right.
Sorry, I'm at my nan's house. She's not aware of the dynamics, but it's all good. So I wanted to ask, what would you say your most exciting cookie is? Like the craziest one that you've put out so far?
Oh, I don't know. Actually, see, we did our core flavors, and I think they're exciting already. I swear I'm not being paid to say this. But we do a range of everything. But I definitely think so. Every month, I think we came up with it that to keep things fun and innovative, not just for our customers, but for ourselves. You don't want to get in that mindset where you're just churning out treats and just being in the kitchen, because it's not fun anymore, even for you. And if it's not fun for you, your customers are going to feel that. They're going to go, all right, they churn out cookies, they're good, but where's the personal aspect in that? So we do a monthly cookie clash where all of us think of a cookie design, really improve it, help feedback with each other. We leave it to all of our fans and customers to vote, and then the winner gets put on every month. So I think the most exciting one that I've seen come on personally would be actually this. My personal favorite in it would either be well, I'm slightly biased, but something I have come up with, the carrot cake cookie. So we do cream cheese frosting in the middle. We've done little candy carrots, or the excellent one, which is made by one of our friends who works with us, Dama, also known as the Cookie Meister. He's come up with a cream egg filling inside the cookie, mini eggs inside it as well, half a cream egg on the top with the filling oozing out and some mini eggs. Like, it looks out of this world. Like, you look at it, you just go, how do we make that? Honestly, like, look at it.
I do find that with looking through your Instagram, it's like, how have you managed that? I mean, that's quite incredible. And some of them are huge, right? I mean, I noticed that the other day as well. These aren't cookies that you can just get anywhere else. There's something so unique about them that it just shows. It really does show in the way that you put it all together.
No, definitely. I think when people hear cookies, they always still think that, I can get them at Morrison's and Subway, but they are, New York style inspired cookies for a reason. These are, about 5 ounces before you put any additions in, so about 150 grams. And after you put your additions like M&Ms or Kinder or Biscoff or whatever, it comes to about 170 grams, goes in the oven, and they're literally stacked high. Like, one just about fits in the palm of your hand. And I'll honestly be impressed whoever can manage to eat a box of 4 in one go, because I can't. I'll eat one. I'm just like, I'm done for the day.
I would love to see that. I'd love to see that as part of like a Block Party Bakery experience, and all you can eat. Because I mean, it's like it's got that real American feel. I saw, was it a 12-inch cookie as well? Isn't that what you had? A 12-inch deep pan or something?
Yeah, so we do like a cookie pie, which is just humongous. Which again came from the community, I think. So our photographer Jasmine, who I used to work with, but you used to work with as well. Her mom had the idea. She was just like, "Oh, do you guys do giant cookies?" And we were like, "Oh, we don't." And then I think both her mom and Jasmine were just like, "Well, why don't you?" Right? And we were like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." So we just took a massive tin, which we use for like lemon ginger meringue pies, like 8 to 10 inches, whatever. And then just started making massive giant cookies out of it. Like, put 2 different types of dough, whatever additions you guys can pick, and go a bit crazy with it. Like, we've definitely made some interesting combinations, I'll be honest, and then some really spectacular ones. And then I think the punishment for this cookie clash this month will involve a cookie pie in someone's face for the loser. So yeah, looking forward to either being that person or filming it.
So tell us about this, the punishment.
So the first one didn't have a punishment. It was very much like, we'll try the competition, it's fun. And then the second one, because I'll be honest, I can't keep my mouth shut. I had the brilliant idea of going, why don't we do a punishment? A person who comes last has to do this. It can be a fun one. It doesn't need to be like you're fired. It can just be a nice and simple one. So the last one we just had, you get a cookie chucked in your face, and then we couldn't quite bear to chuck one of our cookies in anyone's faces. We were like, we're being too mean. And then this month, I think we've taken it all seriously. So we're like, right, loser will get some sort of a cookie pie, either in their face or face. You smash your face right in the middle of it, just to keep it more interesting, honestly, just to ensure that people are having fun at the end of the day. Like, I don't think it's a punishment any of us care too much about, but it still motivates you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like, I really don't want to be filmed doing that.
So you're saying that whichever one wins, so one will be your idea and one will be Faraz's idea. Is that essentially what it is? And then the person with the least votes gets a cookie pie.
So in the current one, one is my idea and my missus as well. I'll be honest, she's helped on a lot of the cookies. Every single month it's been her, and I'm like, yes, I can bake this. I helped. And then it's one's Faraz's, one's our baker, Jason's, one's Damo, the cookie meister, aforementioned, and one's Jack as well. So the loser will have some sort of punishment devised, I'm sure, and the winner gets it added to our specials for the month. So the winner, which will be drawn tomorrow, was going to be on the March special, like the Easter special for the entire month, which everyone can order.
So we can vote for this. Don't tell us which one is yours. Or actually, maybe since, you've got a platform to speak on. Which one should we be voting for, and where should we be voting for it?
I'm drawn between now, like, shall I just use this opportunity to get as many votes as I can, or shall I be honest? Oh.
So you don't think your one's the best, is what I'm getting from this?
No, I love mine. I think when she came up with the idea originally and we made it, it was just amazing. But then I always try in each competition to think, like, I know mine's the best, I know it. So I'm going to try everyone else's, make sure I have a second favorite to be like, this is really good. So for me, it goes the carrot cake cookie, so it's 24 carat, and then easily excellent, because as I said before, that cookie just looks insane, like, and tastes amazing. And then for voting, it's just on our post. It just says Cookie Clash 3. You can just comment and then just vote for your favorite. And then obviously the winner, you'll get to order throughout the month of March.
And that's at BlockPartyBakery on Instagram, right? We'll leave it in the comments.
Yeah, it's on our Instagram. You can definitely see the post. It's probably the one with lots of people arguing in the comments about which one's best. But yeah, I think it still keeps things fun and fresh. I think the latest thing we did, which was made by our designer, Millen, I think we've worked together as well. I think small world over here.
This is the block party just expanding out.
Which is something I love about hospitality. You make all these connections that you might not use at the time, but then a couple of years later, you're like, oh, wait, we could work really well together. Oh, we can too. Like, it's absolutely insane. He came up with the idea of just going, what about World Book Day? Why don't you do some cookies around that? Because, it's a nice day, which is today. And then we came up with a Harry Potter themed one, a Narnia themed one, and the last one, James and the Giant Peach themed one, which is a lot of fun for us. Like, we were kind of forced to go outside our comfort zone, so to speak, and just be like, right, what can we do to really, show that the book's inspired us to make this?
That's awesome. So back to this challenge, when are we going to see someone receive a punishment? I got to be honest, I'm drawn to it.
So I think it's drawn tomorrow, and then it's it's a question of all of us looking at the unfortunate loser of the competition and going, so when are you free to get a pipe to the face? And please, will you sign this waiver saying that, you won't do anything? Thank you. No, it's a lot of fun for us. So I think draw tomorrow, I'm hoping that, we'll have a fun little video Saturday or Sunday to show you this is what happens when you lose.
And do you think this will be a monthly thing, or do you have any plans for this long term, these challenges that we can all get involved in?
Yeah, definitely. I really want to expand it, whether something as simple as for next Cookie Clash or next giveaway, something as simple as, you're right, guys, to win this one, all you need to do is take a picture in front of the TV or in front of our treats and say your favorite phrase or say your favorite book series, something like that. Really get the people who follow us involved, because that's what I enjoy. Like, any local businesses I support, when I see their story, when I see what they've done, and if they're asking for me to be involved, like my input on flavors or what they sell or what they could do, I really love that, because I feel like part of the team, and I feel like part of the journey to go along there.
And where does that journey go?
So for us, I think at the moment we're looking into expanding to our own unit. So as I mentioned before, we're currently using a restaurant that I used to work at, which the owner's lovely about, but obviously there will come a time when he does need it back for his own series. So we'd really love to have our own unit where we can still produce everything, online delivery or collection, etc. We are looking to expand to postals very soon, just getting the design ready, but making sure that, all spick span and perfect. And then after that, I think it's a shop front. So we really want to get our own shop, have our own idea in place and be able to have that physical place where people can actually come in, buy some cookies, brookies, cheesecake, have a coffee, and have a place to like call our own, so to speak.
That's cool. I love the idea, you can bring the community into one place. All of these people that are fighting on the Instagram comments, they have a place to settle their disputes, I suppose.
No, definitely. It's one of those, I think it's nice, giving something back. So I think even with us looking at trying out markets or, going to markets to set up a stall there, it's nice to be able to, at least for us, put a face to the person we're going to sell to. So have that personal relationship with, like, we will try to talk to you, I promise. But it's, it's also, I'm assuming, difficult too when you're just delivering a box, having that, wishing them a good day and explaining what exactly to do. Whereas a market, I think, or a shop front allows us to have that personal relationship with the regular. We're like, oh, you're back in. How's your weekend? Oh, what was your favorite flavor? Oh, you've got to try this. This is amazing.
And you had the idea of events as well, which I really like. Do you have any idea, or would you be able to outline what some of those events might look like in the future?
Yeah. So I think when we even first started, we really, really wanted to do events. It's such an easy way to integrate yourself to the local community, support other businesses, because if collaborations are happening, both of you benefit, and etc. But then obviously we're still in lockdown, COVID. It's kind of hard to do anything at the moment. So for us, events would involve, going to local businesses like bars or restaurants, or even pop-ups, and forming kind of a synergy with them. So you could go to a bar and just have a pop-up cookie day where they'd be selling, their drinks or maybe a cookie cocktail, and you'd be selling our own treats to make sure that everyone comes together, has a good day, enjoys themselves, and you remember it as well. So I think our biggest plan so far is trying to plan something for Halloween. So we really want to do a pop-up kind of BlockPartyBakery Halloween event, whether that's just at a venue or, as I mentioned, shops, bars, takeaways, whatever, and then really have that nice vibe, like a couple of nice, buy tickets, come in, grab your share of cookies, grab your share of drinks, have a dance, whatever. Unfortunately, we don't know what it will exactly look like at this point, but it's definitely fun churning up ideas and trying to come up with a concept that we're happy with and could definitely work.
I love the idea of the parties, I mean, it doesn't need to be, I think, the cookies, they sound amazing, but I think underneath all of this is really the relationship that you're creating between people, those chances for people to come together, to share something unique with each other, share a competition with each other, even having multiple different cookies that you can test and choose which one's the best. And then also experiences, like your mind being on the experience of the customer rather than just this single idea, this single product. There's so much more to it with you guys, which is just so exciting. And you understand how to communicate this to your audience. So I definitely recommend anyone who even just likes looking at food to check out your Instagram. And then, as you said, these things are expanding rapidly. Being able to be in a shop front, a place where you can, meet other people, when that comes up, people are going to want to meet each other and engaging over these huge cookies or these smaller cookies or these party experiences, these cocktails. There's so much in the works for BlockPartyBakery at the moment, and it's just exciting. I just really recommend people like getting involved as much as they can, because I think something that's amazing with you guys is like it's quite customer shaped, as in the customer can shape it. What do they like? What cocktails? Sorry, not cocktails. What cookies do you want to put on the menu, right? And people getting involved in that now is going to have this big effect of how the events turn out and how much fun they get to have. So anything that they bring, you guys are running with that energy and expanding on it. And I just think that's incredible. I think that's incredible, like looking at the experience that a customer can have more than the product, but the products turn out better as a result.
No, 100%. I think, you've got your own vision about what you want the product to be, but we personally think it's vitally important to always listen to feedback, whether that's from your customers, your friends, family, whatever. I think you have to learn and grow from it, because if you can't take a bit of negative criticism, then you failed already. You can't just go and say, no, this is the best version it can be, done, because your product can always improve. So I think for us, that really came to a head with our vegan cookies. It took us a while to perfect them, because again, we did start this out. We learned and revised as much as we could. We made sure we were all up to health and safety standards. But vegan food, as a general rule, was still a little bit inaccessible to us. We still had to learn and adapt as we went along. But once we came out with our batch, and we gave them the friends and family, and then even some lovely vegan, just influencers or whoever who just live in town, just for feedback, or even vegan businesses who had made this their livelihood. We wanted feedback from them, so we took all of that and said, amazing that you love it, thank you so much, but what would you improve on it? What do you think of like new flavor combinations? Do you think it's too unlike some of the other stuff you've tasted? And I think that's what got us to where we are, like to the point where we can say, no, this product is good. And it's not just us who thinks that, it's our customers, it's the people who've had this and tried it, it's our taste testers, whoever.
Yeah, are there any cookies that just stood out as like, no, you had to be like, this was too crazy, we pushed it too far?
Well, we did one of those 2 days ago. So what usually happens is, with me and Faraz, we always try to, I always say it's important to take some time off, even if you're running a business, working, whatever. I think it's vitally important to take some time off away from whatever you're doing when it's work, and just have some time for yourself where you don't focus on work, you just relax and do something completely unrelated so you can just de-stress. So I think it was his day off. I came in, Damo came in with me once again, the Cookie Meister. And we have a bad habit of, we're very hardworking, we get everything done, but without, I'll say, for us to keep us sensible, go with that. We kind of just let loose the reins a bit. So I think Damo wanted to test out a cookie, and I said, yeah, let's go for it. And at this point, with other people's input, we'd probably be like, yeah, that's enough. 2 ingredients, that sounds amazing. We just didn't stop. We said, you know what about we just put loads in and just see if it works? And we went with it. And I personally think it looked very nice, but the taste left something to be desired, I'll be honest. So I think we made the Heartbreaker, and I think it had about 6 different chocolates in it, some of which included Haribo Hearts, Love Hearts, Galaxy Caramel Nibbles, Biscoff, Milk Chocolate Drizzle, something else. And I think somewhere along the way, the fusion of ingredients, let's say, it just didn't make it out.
Sometimes you can't put your favorite things together to make something
No,
amazing happen.
It was one of those things that I think we saw and just went, what Frankenstein monstrosity have we created? And we did try it, obviously. Yeah, it was a hit and miss, but a lot of fun along the way. Make your mistakes now, so we definitely don't do them in the future.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay to make mistakes, right? And I like that playfulness, that playful energy. You maybe the further you push it, it's good to push it too far sometimes so that you can chip away back, like you've already gone to the extreme.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And then you can just be like, oh, okay, maybe I take that bit back. I mean, it works with cookies, but it works in life as well. You go to an extreme, okay, I went a bit too far, let's bring it back. It's easier to do that than to be scared to push the boat out. And I think that's another thing that's just awesome about you guys, is like really quite clearly not scared to push the boat out. When you look at some of these cookies, the sizes of them, the ingredients in them, just all of these different concepts that come together. Some have got like cinnamon buns on top, which I don't even understand. So
once again, that was my missus' idea, Krish's idea. I think she just went, a breakfast in bed would be amazing with a cinnamon bun on top. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, yeah, you can do it, right? And I was like, yeah, but right, fair enough. But how are we going to make this? So normally a normal person would be like, oh yeah, it'd be really hard, not for me. No, I mean, I think it took her a day and she'd already sent over a recipe for the cinnamon bun, a recipe for the frosting, and just going, try this. And we're like, oh, okay. And then luckily our baker who joined us quite recently, he's got experience with these things. So normally what would take us, I'd say, like, 1 to 2 weeks to perfect, to make sure it's perfect. He's already had experience, so he really cut that time down to a couple of days. And when it came out, we were just really impressed. We're like, how have we managed to even make this? It was one of those unbelievable moments where we're like, we really don't have this experience of baking these, cookies or treats or baking in general so much, but it just really goes to show, I think, if you put your mind to it and you just keep trying, you can get to a level where even you're surprised. I think for us, that's really important. Like, even if you're having a bad week or a bad month, anything, just stop for a few seconds, just look at where you first started from and just think, like, how far have I come in such short time? Like, you just won't believe it, because I think it put things into perspective for you. And you just think, wow, like, I need to give myself a break. I need to give myself a well done and just carry on.
Keep adding on the crazy.
Definitely.
I think it's awesome. So, yeah, I think we've covered a lot of stuff. I want to encourage everyone to follow you on Instagram, to get involved in these competitions, to see how they can help shape the next process of the Block Party Bakery, the next crazy things you're going to do. I want to see someone accept a forfeit. And I think your forfeits could get more crazy as well. I mean, maybe going on a tangent here, but it just makes me think back to old school hospitality days of doing number 3 shots, chili flavored vodka shots, for whatever reason we could think of. Sometimes it can be painful, but sometimes people love it. I think you caused some distress with that, actually. So maybe you should take a taste of your own medicine for this forfeit.
I mean, luckily for me, I think chili vodka was one of my strengths. Love candy, unfortunately, was not. That's fine.
Oh, and you've brought that back as well. Yeah, well, I'm excited to see the expansion, and it doesn't matter where people are, if they're in Nottingham or not, because this is something that, as you said, is going to have a national spread, postal services too. So I think this would be cool.
I think it's something we can arrange at the moment. We just want to launch it in the most best and efficient way possible, whether that's making sure every box goes up perfect to you, picking the right delivery partner, or even make sure our website's optimized for that, and then cut down the issues, cut down the problems. And then it is a big part of us, I think, because we do have customers or friends or whatever in different cities who really want to try the cookies, and we really do want to be able to deliver it to them and go, this is us, this is BlockPartyBakery, have a little taste of, well, essentially Nottingham, I guess. So much of what we are is shaped by it.
Yeah, cool. So tell everyone where they can find you, and well, go on, do that.
I was waiting for the and. Yes. So you can find us on www.blockpartybakery.com. That's our website. You've got our pre-order link there, and if you just go on shop or menu, it'll just show everything we do, from cookies, brookies, cheesecakes, to still not sure how we managed it, but a lemon ginger meringue pie. No idea, honestly, to this day. And then our Instagram's BlockPartyBakery, our Facebook's BlockPartyBakery. We have ventured out into TikTok as well. It's
how
interesting.
Exciting.
It's a younger crowd. I'm definitely feeling my age when I go on there, but I can see the fun in it, the appeal. And I think if part of it's making fun videos that also make sure we have fun, all the hell for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then as mentioned before, the Cookie Clash is on our Instagram page. I think it's the second or third post we scroll. And yeah, definitely go and vote, guys, because I really don't want to get a cookie pie to the face. So thank you.
So it's 24 carat is the one we'll be voting for, right?
See how effective this is now. Yes.
We've seen what of an influence we have. Okay, thank you for joining. Nahal, thank you so much. And thanks everyone who's joined, everyone who's watching on the replay. I appreciate you. We'll see